Okay, folks, Babbaginator back here, Long Dark. Currently kicking it. Uh-oh. Who went now? Oh, our stomach's shrinking even more. Do we make food before we go? Do we just go? Cave or lake? We'll go straight to trappers. -50. Whoa. Yeah, maybe we just cook some stuff here. What do we have for food? We got some potatoes, we got some more. Yeah.
I gotta eat soon.
Yeah, it's just a storm out there. Doesn't sound good at all. Cooking 3. It just sounds bad out there. Is it as bad as it sounds? Let's see. Yep, it's as bad as it sounds. Stop. Yep. Stopped. Okay, let's see how far we can get. It would go straight to trappers. I mean, in theory, we could loot the lake, gather cattails, but I think it takes too much time. We just really want to get going. Not get trapped out here in the exposure. Still no bedroll. Oh, I guess the only reason to go out there on the lake is to look and see if there's a bedroll in one of the, oh, and we should also, you know, yeah. Okay, we'll try trappers first. See if there's a bedroll there. Bedroll or another coat. Bedroll would be best. We can't go to Forlorn Muskeg without a bedroll. Well, I guess we could make snow shelters, but it's not ideal.
The cold is making my head feel thick.
Oh wait.
I've never felt so cold in my life.
Misery continues. So what are we gonna do after this misery run? Okay, let's see what we got out over here. Got a bear? Maybe? Maybe not. No sign of a bear here. See if we can warm up in here. Okay.
This pack is getting kind of heavy. Oh, I've never been so hungry in my life.
Moving along, moving along. I think we should gather the cattails but not go down. Though going into Mystery Lake is, Milton is tempting. There's a lot of climbing
I wonder if I can
involved.
drop any of this gear. Come on, little fire. Come on. I can't feel my hands.
Oh, poor Astrid. No hands.
Come on, little
And a
fire.
fail.
Come on, little fire.
Welcome in, lurkers. I'm Babbaginator. I stream The Long Dark, and we're currently 7 or 8 days into Misery, the new difficulty mode, which is
Anything
pretty
right
miserable.
about now. I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Yep, that's great. Not great.
Oh, so cold.
Sleepy, and we're only half an hour in. It has been a long day. I did get up early to work, and then I had my first class of the summer term, then I went and looked at 2 apartments, and then I had dinner. I took a shower. Now here we are. Wow, took a lot of. Okay, so it is cold. Losing temperature, losing health fast. I think we have to sleep in the trapper's bed.
Eat anything right now. Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
It's interesting, the two apartments I looked at today were the most expensive of the options and the cheapest of the options. You know what, in the end, the cheapest option did not seem like a good fit for the situation for my roommate and I. So, looked at the other most expensive option, and it's a good option, but it's not quite, it's convenient to campus, not quite convenient to some other things, and awkward for parking. I also don't think the move in is going to be very, well, you'll be okay, but it might be kind of complicated. Too many trees everywhere. Let's walk through the wall. That would be interesting.
My stomach feels like an empty pit.
Okay. I'm back.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear. If I don't warm up
Come on,
soon.
come on. Focus, focus, focus. I'm so sleepy today. I got a little drowsy in the middle of my afternoon class, on the first day of class. Oh, that was not good.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay. Five. $29. Ooh, getting tired. Hey, EG,
This'll
welcome
come
in.
handy.
Hydrate, stretch. Hydrate, stretch. I may actually have to do a break, a short bio break to stretch. Oh. Torches are going out. We need new torches. Posture check.
Come on, little fire. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. I need something to eat.
Got 20 pieces of coal. We can definitely afford this piece of pots. Okay, so let's see. Initially, just replenish our water. Make cooking easier. And then all this other stuff to drop too. Oh, it's dog food. That we can drop. Okay. I'll be back. Short bio break. Okay, back from the grave. Let's see what we got here. Stuff cooking. It's almost nighttime.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
So, potato in one, forage in the other.
Can you eat trees?
Okay, let's see what we got here. Wow, nice recovery. Look at that. Okay, what do we got here? Take our pots with us. Nope, nothing else. Okay.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Where can we find a bedroll? Too early. It's gonna be too cold. Oh, we probably could have read. Where are we going to find the bedroll? Guess we have to loop back. We're going to go check out the hunting blind. I guess we could check out some of the places on the lake. At least one of those fishing huts might
Wonder
have
if I can drop any of this
bedroll.
gear. My fingers feel numb. Perfect. Too cold to think.
Alright. Where is our bedroll?
Starting to feel numb.
Uh-oh. This wind is bad. You give up?
It's a goddamn freezing.
There's nothing down here. Hey, good to see you, Rise. Uh-oh.
Did I
Lost
say
your torch.
I hate being cold? Because I really do.
Emergency backup here. In case we run into a wolf. Yeah. Have you been trying out the new content? Done Misery yet? We're doing a Misery run right now.
Damn.
And it's painful.
Freezing.
We're like on day 8 or 9 now, I think. Day 8. 2 afflictions in. Still no bedroll. Still haven't forged. Still missing a coat. Here, we can figure out how to do this. Is it not working? Do it's very weird. So we should be able to shout out. Yeah, EG shout. The shout out works on EG. Yep, don't know why. Won't do it. Okay. Tried. Yeah, I would love to play with the cougar, but we'll have to live without the cougar. No cats to play with right now. Is there a bear? There is a bear. Is there anything in the blind we want?
Gotta warm up somehow. I think I can use this.
Another hacksaw. It's too cold. Not gonna bother. Look how quickly we lose our heat bonus. It's just gone in no
so
time.
Cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
Yeah, it feels like it, doesn't it? Not entirely by plan, it's just that we don't get a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is missing. Still no bedroll. like the wind's finally dying down. So I started my one summer class and quickly realized that I'm going to get pretty much nothing out of the class. It's kind of sad. It's an intro to Python programming, but it really is more of an intro to programming, so that's like completely useless to me. But given the lack of options for me to courses I could take, pretty much it's like take this course and check the box as to having taken something that's directly relevant to what I'm supposed to be studying versus try to find something else and it will have nothing to do with what I'm studying.
This pack is getting
Yeah,
too heavy
it's
to carry.
like you pick up these so this is the first affliction you get, and then these are random, like the middle ones are random and the last one is set. But basically you lose your ability to eat as much, and then you start having problems keeping food down. That's yeah, poor Astrid, struggling. Can't sleep through the night. Other issues like that start creeping in. So I think we're like supposed to have another affliction come around day 10. So that's coming up soon. And then day 15 or 16, I think there's another one that comes in. I think misery is just even colder. It's just... Let's say, where are we at? It's, like, it starts off, like, by day 2, the starting temperature is already down in the 40s, minus 40s. So there's no, like, in Loper, it takes time to get down there. In Misery, it's like 2 days later. Boom. You're like, now it's bitterly cold. This is tough survival, it is. I mean, I'm doing it as an experiment. I still don't know if this will be a setting that I use. I find it's pretty restrictive. Like, you have to start in... Everyone starts in exactly the same spot, I think. And there's some pretty tricky decisions you have to make pretty early on about, like, what your priorities are. And some things that make sense don't make sense. Like in Interloper, it's like, oh, I would do that. In this, nah. It's going to be too cold. You'll lose too much condition trying to do that. And there's just not enough supplies. Like some things I don't bother harvesting because it's going to take me too much time in the cold. And if I don't have coal, then I would just eat up all my fuel just to do it. So I don't do it. Even though it's food, you know. Okay. Go away, go away.
I am not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Yeah, the 50 days cold in Loper is day 2. Nothing. Nothing. Yeah, a couple days I just didn't go outside. You know, if you have enough food, you can bounce back from a lot of stuff. So like if I can get into, if I'm tired enough and I get to a safe bed. There's another guy over here. I'm gonna pretend he didn't see me. He can pretend he didn't see me either. Yeah, just do your thing over there. Yeah. Yeah. It was down to minus 55 first thing in the morning. All the wolves are back on the line, so that means they're not on the ice.
I could eat anything right now.
Yeah, those are all going to be terrible perches.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Yeah. There's two of them over here. So that was an epic fail. I went to camp, I went to the trappers, and I didn't really get much. I got a little bit of food, that's about it. And I found no bedroll any of these places. Ooh. Ooh. So I was mentioning earlier in the stream, I spent part of, I had this intro to Python class, which is going to be a waste of, well, I won't say a waste of time, but I will be able to finish that class without doing very much. It's not going to add very much to me. I'm going to try to, there is a final project, and I'm going to try to, take that up and make it a little bit more challenging for myself, but other than that, most of the assignments are really simple. They're basically intro to programming, not just intro to Python. So there's that, and then after that, I went and looked at 2 different apartments, and it was interesting. It was like one of them was very cheap, and I don't know. I felt like there was a lot of things that I was not certain about. Like there's like a dampness in the smell to the place. It's like there's probably a mold issue somewhere. They may not have figured it out yet, but there's a mold issue. Well, she does have a TA already, but she was looking for a TA earlier, and I think she was actually thinking that I would apply for it. I was like, no, actually, I just started teaching myself Python this summer or so. But I didn't realize how much of the class was really just intro to programming. So it's like, here's the assignment operator. Here's like, here's how to make a function, So it's very simple. So yeah, my goal is as she makes the assignments available, I will just do them all as quickly as possible. Get them done. and then just focus on the final project. Use that. Give myself a challenge of sorts. Okay, are we out of things? We are out of flour?
I could eat anything.
We do porridge here. Porridge. More time to become a millionaire streamer? I still have to sit in the class for twice a week for 3 hours each time, so it's 6 hours a week of my time spent sitting in the class, and attendance is required, so. Millionaire streamer. There's no millionaire streamer here. Yep. So yeah, one place floors were sloped, like even the whole basement was not even level, and some of the areas the ceiling was barely 6'5", and the bedrooms were quite small. Kitchen was fine. Living room area was okay. The price was ridiculously cheap, and you basically got what you paid for, right? So, but even still, in this market, it was a great deal. But I knew I was not going to be happy with it, and I was pretty certain that my future roommate had already indicated that they were not going to be. There was like a minimum standard, and the possibility of mold is definitely a no. So then I went to this other place, and the other place was the complete opposite. A very nice really nice neighborhood. It's like a neighborhood where the roads are small, and there's forest on one side with horse trails because it's a horse neighborhood, and everyone has like these mostly newer homes that have these basements that have been designed to be rental suites legally, like fully legal rental suites, and not sort of the type that frequently shows up where they they kind of make it work and then they hope no one asks about it. Yeah, it's like all new appliances, fancy gas stove, really nice looking closets, and just a little bit outside of the price range, but also super convenient for university, not so convenient for doing some other things. So I don't know. But they were very happy. Like the owners were really happy when they were interviewing me, because I think I kind of am sort of their top choice. It was like, what? We can get an older guy, older graduate student with, that seems extremely responsible. Joke's on them. No. Oh,
This'll
look at
come
that.
in
There's some
handy.
egglins. But yeah, but they had some other like little tiny issues. Like I feel like the bedrooms were good height, but a little small. Like maybe, yeah, just a touch small. It's like it would be livable. You could make it work, but it's just a little small. The whole place is just a little small. It was designed to be a grandmother suite, and it kind of has that yeah, it feels scale-wise, it feels it was meant for someone smaller. Even though the heights are okay. So I think the bigger thing is parking is a challenge. The road is very narrow. It's first come, first serve for parking. You just kind of grab it wherever you can, and you might have to walk a few blocks if you're not lucky. And then, so parking's a bigger issue. It's about an 8-minute walk to the bus stop, which is not terribly long, but on. So I was happy to hear that it is a fairly well lit street. So that was something that my roommate was concerned about. But the other problem is that although there's an Ethernet port there in the apartment, the owner did admit that they've a number of tenants have reported that the port is not working, which means that you are then reliant entirely on Wi-Fi. My typical thing to do is I usually plug in, I have a really nice router, and I just plug that in and then run one cable to my desktop and then just broadcast the signal across the apartment. And it's, works out great. It's been very good for the previous places I've been at. But if I can't plug it in anywhere, then that's an issue. So. Commit to travel for work. Oh wow, that's quite nice. Yeah, there's nothing in that range for us. Like the cheap one is like a room in a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom basement with potential mold issues for $888. That is ridiculously cheap for the Vancouver market. Typically, you're looking at paying somewhere between $1,000 and $1,500 for a room, right? And so, like the one that I said was a little on the expensive side was like $1,375 or something like that. Anyways, it's within budget. I mean, it's under $1,500. I would consider it. But if I could save a little bit of money on rent, then, and the place is, lets me feel like I can stretch out a little bit and not feel a little too close in. Yeah, I guess that's what I feel like. I feel like it might be just a little bit too tight of a place. Yeah. And then I'm looking at another one on Saturday. And I think the Saturday one's probably now my top choice. And it's $1,275. Or $1,250, sorry. $1,250. You never work anywhere within a 5-hour drive or 1-hour drive to the airport from home. Yeah. Yeah. For me, like if I wasn't in graduate school, if I was just doing my own thing, like what I used to do was work, I don't think you can get poisoned from this, so I'm just going to have that. But I used to do all consulting work online, occasionally in person, but mostly online. And that was great. It didn't really matter where I was. It was actually one of the reasons why I ended up moving back to Canada, was I realized there's no need for me to have to stick around in the States and deal with not being a citizen in the States and having visa statuses to constantly monitor and figure out whether or not I need to leave. I need to figure out a new way to have a new status. Yeah. Okay, so there's that. Okay. Prepared acorns. Yeah, the place I'm looking at on Saturday, I think the thing that's attractive about it is it seems, again, to be relatively new appliances and recent renovation. So clean, looks good, utilities included. It feels like it's a little bit larger than the one that I just looked at, but I'll know for certain when I go on Saturday. It's a little closer to access to downtown, which is something that my roommate has been asking for. They're currently in Europe, so they can't actually come in person and check. So I just get a list of things to look at and prioritize. Yeah, the only strike against it that I have is that I'm not fond of the color of the floors. They are kind of a dark slate laminate, and the problem is it picks up dust really easily and it looks dirty all the time. At least that was my initial assessment from the pictures, and then I looked closely. I realized the pictures must have been taken during the renovation, and because there was a lot of construction dust, and I was like, you know what? I wonder if it's as bad as the pictures make it look like. Maybe it's not that bad. Maybe this is just a problem with construction dust, drywall dust everywhere, and it just making it look messy. And so maybe it's not so bad. Maybe we get a large carpet, a large rug, put it down in the living room area, and all that dark slate-looking floor is a little bit less overwhelming, if you have a lighter carpet on top of it. So, van life would still require me to find a place to park. It's a different problem here. Bob is a big sheet. Yeah, just a little bit. I put it this way. I'm in my late bachelor phase, right? So like when you're 18, 19-year-old, just going away to school for the first time, that's early bachelor. You'll put up with almost anything. You'll like, oh, I need a bookcase. Okay, let me get a couple milk crates, a couple cinder blocks and some boards, and we'll slap something together. Maybe it's just some cardboard boxes and I stuff my books into it, right? And that's like the extent of it. It's like, oh, I don't even need a bed frame. I'll just sleep on the mattress on the floor. Or if I have a mattress at all, maybe the mattress is like third hand and has questionable stains, but I don't care. It's just like comfy enough. I mean, it's practically refugee status. It's pretty appalling what you kind of rationalize that you could live with when you're starting off. And then like mid-bachelor, it's like, I should probably get some nicer furniture. Not nice like spending money, but nice like I went to a thrift store or a garage sale or something, and I saw some pieces, or I hunted Craigslist, and I saw a couple pieces that looked like they would be nice, right? And so I'm still paying like a lot less than they're actually worth, but I'm getting some nice pieces, bringing them back, and they're starting to have their own distinctive look, right? Or mid-bachelor could also be like, oh, I'm just going to fill out the apartment with a few more IKEA pieces, right? Or Wayfair pieces. And yeah, it's like you could do it that way. Late bachelor is when you're like, okay, there's a certain level of like, there are some things I'm not going to compromise on. Like, I figure I could get a used bed frame, but I am going to get a new mattress. I just don't want to worry about what's the history, what's the provenance on my mattress, right? I just don't want to worry about that. I just want to have a clean mattress that's comfortable. And yeah, so I feel like stuff like that happens where you like start to say there are some things I don't want to really compromise on, and other things I'm okay with. Like, I will, for the longest time, you know, if it would have fit into my car when I moved out here, I would have brought it with me. I had like an IKEA table that's really just like a door with some table legs screwed into the bottom, right? Thing is so simple and so easy to move around. And it does what it needs to do. It's like that's exactly what I'll probably have as my computer desk, you know, when I move into these, you know, the next place. The next place is unfortunately most likely going to be unfurnished because don't seem to have any luck getting the nice furnished places. But yeah, you do what you have to do, right? Yeah, I don't even have a gamer chair. I have like the chair that came with the summer sublet, and then when I move out, I will have to get myself a gamer chair. Well, I will have to get myself an appropriate office chair, which may be a gamer chair, depending on what I can get. If it's a gamer chair, it will not be a brand new gamer chair. It will be almost certainly something that's secondhand, and possibly even free, if I can figure out someone that wants to give it away. We'll take advantage of that. Okay, let's see what we got here. This one has 0 of 5. This one we have 2 more left. Oh, we haven't read that one. Far starting. Okay. What do we got here? Lighten our load a little bit. Yeah, I do have 2 monitors now, and a dual monitor like arms, stand, so I can support both monitors. I like that setup. It makes the streaming and working on code and other things much easier. I like having the sort of the field of everything spread out. I haven't quite gone to a 3 monitor setup. I think that would be a little bit silly as a graduate student who take up a really big table or desk. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Okay. Go out on the lake.
It's getting kind of heavy.
Too foggy. Where are we at with our cooking? 3. I don't know if it'll make enough difference. Far starting would definitely make a difference. So let's do that one.
I'd eat anything right about now.
You just hate sitting at a desk. Yeah, I feel like that sometimes too. I have to take breaks. Go and stretch. Go. Sometimes I take a nap. Sometimes.
need to find food.
Oh, I started into the wrong one. That was a mistake.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
We can climb up to the lookout. Did we already go up to the lookout cave?
I could eat a horse.
I don't think so. We can climb up there and see if there's anything we can use. Okay, we'll leave this here. We go out in the lake. I think we go out in the lake. Grab cattails. Look for the...
Oh, I'm starving.
Yeah, the weather's nice-ish. Yeah. Anyways, I got my fingers crossed for Saturday. I think hopefully that will be the one. Otherwise, it's back to the drawing board.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
But I really want to have things resolved before the middle of the month. And then once I have the place, I can furnish it and maybe even do a walkthrough. Who knows? Show off what it looks like. Oops.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Okay, let's hit the fishing huts. Hopefully we find our bedroll soon.
Wait. I'm so cold.
Yep,
Warming
there is a
up a
wolf
bit.
out here. Oh, wolves are back over here now.
I could eat a horse.
I wouldn't quite call it warm like a mother's embrace.
Come on, little fire.
Nah.
Why didn't that work?
Let's see here. Try this. Nope, nope, nope. Don't use our birch bark.
Come on, little fire.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Now, did we leave all our pots behind at the camp office? We did, didn't we? Good job, Astrid. Alright, take care, Draconic. Have a good evening. Or good day, as the case may be. Question, do we have a bear or no bear? We have wolves. Wolf has come to check us out. Ooh, that's promising. We'll have to fix those still. Alright, let's see what we got over here. Looks like we have a backpack.
Jesus, this is cold.
No way. Got me. I don't see the bear. Thinking we're okay. Did I go for a backpack? I'm in misery. Which backpack are you talking about?
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Yeah, more ragged gloves. We're not gonna go there. Oh, technical backpack. No, not yet. We haven't gone that far yet. We still don't have a bedroll, so our movements are pretty limited right now. I'm hoping
So cold. No.
that we get the bedroll that spawned in this this hut. But I suspect we won't. But we'll try. Everything's gone cold. Yeah, I think being able to pick up extra carry capacity is a huge bonus, and especially since going that way near the end would probably be very difficult. Yeah, we did not luck out. No bedroll.
I'll take it.
Okay, we're gonna head to the cabin. I mean, I'm surprised I'm still, like, alive at this point. You think I made the right decision to not do the technical backpack? That's a long journey, and if you don't have the... Yeah, I don't know. It's so far we've been okay in terms of the fact that we've got sufficient food that all we need is a good night's rest and we bounce back most of the time. Most of the way back. So like, even though we've taken some cold damage today, we'll sleep. We'll be fine.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
A whole lot of nothing. Like, did we make a good decision to search the lake cabins? I think this was possibly a waste of time, but we'll only know if we search all of them and we don't find a bedroll and we don't find anything else useful. So there are beds here though, so that is a win for me. I want to push on. We get to the next set of cabins.
Do I if I don't warm up soon?
Yeah, so we've actually found 2 hacksaws at this point, and we've got saplings down in a few places. At the dam and at the camp office.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Now we got one cabin here. One we'll have to do. So yeah, we have some maple curing back at the dam, and we've got some birch curing at the camp office. But we still haven't forged. Frozen Angler. Everyone has a copy. Okay, we're just gonna bed down here for the night, I think.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
Yeah, we did hit the plane crash, and it was largely disappointing. It was not a complete waste of time, but it was pretty close to being a waste of time. Oh, I forgot to check to see the condition. It's good, bad. Okay,
Not
we
sure I
didn't
can
get
carry
sick.
much more.
Do we feel lucky? No, we don't feel lucky. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a few more things they could do to keep things interesting in the game. I really wish that they, a few places, like the cellar and the basement, I wish that they actually had opened up. It just seems like the, when the art suggests that it's an actual location and you can't get there, that's a little frustrating. Okay, so I guess we're just going to sleep here. There's a couple coastal highway houses that also have cellars that it seems like you should be able to. Oh, now we have cabin fever. Yay. Oh, it's pretty high. We've been spending a lot of time indoors. Well, I think we have to make our way to the lake overlook, and maybe cook some water up there or something. Okay.
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
Cabin fever risk 85. Two. Okay.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay, let's get out of here. It's gonna be cold. Yeah, we can go to a fishing hut and use the cold air. Or use our cold air and stay warm. Not have to worry about our lids going out. I can't believe we've struck out on every single location for a bedroll.
Come on, little fire. Is it goddamn freezing. Perfect.
Okay. Let's add some coal. 1, 2. Should be fine now. Okay. We left the good stuff back in the... Okay, that is done.
All I can think about is food.
Okay. Let's do a large portion. Before we go up the hill, look right. Nice little hole you can keep warm. I'll have to take a look at that. Oh, are you talking about like there is a little hollow area that you could theoretically build a fire in? I don't know if we'll get a chance to actually
I'm starving.
do any shooting, but nope, it's gone all windy again.
I could eat anything right now.
Just gusty, gusty, gusty. Yeah, okay. Figures.
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
Ah, it didn't get better, it got worse. Too windy. I guess we could flare it. Let me cook some more water.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Cabin fever's still pretty high. And we don't have a bedroll. Bedroll's a real problem for this run. Bedroll and like second coat. Even extra socks. Oh, that's what we should do here. With a little bit of time here, what we should do is,
'Something to eat.
why is this? I guess it's not much better. Okay, finally. Finally we get a break. Risk. What are we gonna do? This is still pretty terrible. Guess we're going to have to make a snow shelter somewhere. Oh, the wolf took down a deer. There's something we can do. Hello, buddy. Want to share your meal? Yep, thank you. Looking for just this meal.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
They got guts, hides, everything else is up at the camp office, so we're not going to worry about taking more guts, I don't think. Yeah, we already did. No luck. We found a bear there. We didn't find a bedroll. I have no idea. No idea where the bedroll is. We might not have a bedroll. Unless it's up in the overlooked cave. 15. Okay. The caboose also did not have a bedroll. Misery does not want me to have a bedroll. I'm beginning to think I should have gone to Coastal Highway and Desolation Point. There is no bedroll in Carter Dam or outside Carter Dam, places that I usually have a fair bit of success. Yeah. Misery's trying to kill us now. Look at this! It's starting to snow while we're trying to cook. Well, we have cabin fever. There's supposed to be. There's supposed to be a bedroll somewhere. Don't know where it is. And now we got troubles. Hopefully we're going the right direction. Yeah, these are the cabins we haven't explored yet.
Carry much more.
Do we just sleep it off? I think we should just sleep it off. We are sadly still at risk for cabin fever, but we must do what we do to survive. We have hacksaw. Yay, we got a pan. We got actually more cooking stuff back at camp office. We just didn't take everything with us. Yeah, we got a hacksaw. We have a thermos. That's it. No hammers. Nothing. We found it in a few different places. We've had 2 hacksaws so far, maybe even 3. We're gonna get cabin fever, and then things are gonna get really ugly. Oh, we're still okay. Okay, what can we read? We can level up our sewing, or we can level up our fishing. Is it still true for Misery? Okay, it's a no. Nothing.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Uh, I'm having a hard time remembering where I found the hacksaws. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't really want to know either. I'm just gonna putz around, you know. It is part of the experience, at least for the first playthrough for Misery, is just not knowing.
I wonder if I can drop
Too
any of this
foggy.
gear.
Okay, let's see here.
Come on, little fire.
Yeah, this is my first Misery playthrough, so I'm just going to let it be whatever it is. If I come back and decide to take on Misery as a recurring challenge, then I'll probably care a little bit more about figuring out how to optimize. But right now, it's just do what we can. There we go. Yeah, look at how nicely we recovered after all of that being beaten up outside. And we are probably going to have to make more water here. Get back to camp office so we can actually use real water. Oh, some visibility again. see what we got here. Maybe we'll do a little water. Okay, almost clear now.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Still 47. Ah, the wind. Curse you, wind. Destroy the plan. Okay. Nope, the fire's gone.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Yep. I know that Big Fish has got over like 18 or 20 on one of his misery runs. I don't know what the record is though. Hmm. Okay, I think what we can do is we can go with the flare approach. We won't get to harvest any more deer meat, but let's go around this way. I don't know if I've been up here before. What's up here? Is that a cave? Wolf Wrangler misery. That's just crazy. I don't think I've ever noticed. I think I always forget about this cave. Look at this. This is the cave. Yeah, if only we had a bedroll. Then this would be awesome. What are we gonna do? Yeah, but if you need a place to camp out, this is not bad. I need a place with a bed, though. We're gonna have to go back to cabins. Or we're gonna have to go back to camp office. Camp office it is. No way.
My fingers feel numb.
Figures.
It's so cold. There's a thing.
Okay, we're gonna check this place, which almost never has anything useful, but at this point we're gonna try every place that might have a bedroll. Gonna be at one of the towers. I already checked the main tower. I haven't checked the... Yeah, there's another tower I haven't been to. The tower that's over by the clear cut area. I haven't been over there. Been to the train car, been to all the places. Been to a lot of places. Been around the world, but I can't find my bedroll, baby. Nope. Oh well. Okay, came all the way over here and I got nothing. Oh, but our cabin fever's gone, so that's good. So we wasted enough time outside that we're done with our cabin fever for the next little bit. I'll move the meat to someplace safe. Our belly. Yeah, I think the only places I haven't looked are like the clear cut area and there's like a logging area around that, or some trailers around that. I haven't been over there, and I haven't been up to the Overlook Cave. But the important thing is that we used up a lot of energy. We have made it back to camp office.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
$74. Yep, I left the pots up here. Right move, buddy.
Rest suit, I'm gonna faint.
Okay, dangerous. Didn't get food poisoning. Good enough. We are very tired, which is perfect. We do a full recovery. I'm pretty impressed that I'm doing misery with no frostbite. A lot of people are not so lucky on their first day. And here we are sitting at...
I could eat a horse.
How's misery? Well, we're still alive. We're currently sitting here on day 12. So, yeah, we are doing okay. We're still nowhere near anyone's personal best on this. But for me, first time and I'm at 12 days is pretty good. I'm at almost full condition. That's pretty good.
Man, I could eat anything.
Okay, let's get downstairs. $92. So close.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay, here's our save for tonight. So we made it to 12 days. That is an accomplishment. Before we head out, we're going to read a poem. So let's do that. If you're new to this channel, I read poetry. Usually on request and also at the end of the night. We're going to read something randomly chosen from one of my books. Counting Winters in Los Angeles. Okay, so this is older poem, comes out of my first book of poetry, The Lost Country is Sight, published by Nhinga Press in 2008, winner of the 2007 Philip Levine Prize. And this is a little poem called where is it here? Counting Winters in Los Angeles. I no longer mark what falls in passing, iron stones blazing through the night sky, leaves turning dry in the autumn breeze, or old men curled around fires watching yesterday's news offered up as ashes to the dark. Hiding in the concrete-celled city, my head is full of another country's snow, a loose wind blowing through my room at night, when I cannot sleep and lie to myself in dreams I've committed to memory. I'm a stranger to the city that burns with too much neon. Each night I wind my sunburnt car through towers of glass and steel, listen to the radiant hum of static, the muted signal of an invisible sun, the slow ticking questions keeping time. What winter will take me home, down an ice-covered road, past the gray-boarded shacks, beyond the bending river's spine, then plant me low beneath the white-haired trees? What wind will wrap itself around my waist and lower me down to sleep in distant rain? I was counting winters in Los Angeles. So a little behind the poem. So a couple things were triggers to this poem. One was just thinking about when I was living in Los Angeles. Southern California is a strange place if you've grown up, at least part of your life, in some place that has real winter. Whenever winter rolls around in LA, it is just sort of a slightly chillier version of summer. And it doesn't feel like much. And yet it feels like there's this loss, like you're missing something by not being completely cold, not watching the seasons come to an end and turn into something else. So I think that was part of that, was sort of this nostalgia for cold and for winter. Part of it too had been that about this time there was the Leonids meteorite shower, and so this is kind of a regular occurrence. Every few years you get to see it, or I think it might even be annual. I can't remember, but it's pretty frequently. So I remember there's you could look up at the sky. If you actually had a clear day or clear night, you could see sort of the meteorite shower in the sky. And sort of this kind of creating this image of like Los Angeles or any urban space as being a landscape of people who are forgotten or cut off or isolated in some way. Los Angeles is very much, to me, in my mind, in my experience, a city in which there's a lot of people who are all very lonely. It is just a city that creates loneliness because it is a city built around the car. And so often you just drive in your own car to whatever destination, and you are your own little bubble, wondering what else is happening around you. So there's that. One of my professors kind of took issue with the line, I am a stranger to the city that burns with too much neon. And he said, is LA really a city that burns with neon? Isn't that more like Los Angeles? More like Las Vegas? And I was like, he's probably right. But the line works for here, so it's like, I'll just leave it. Sometimes you compromise and just kind of say it's close, but not really where it is. It's not so much neon, but there's just always lights, right? There's always lights going on in Los Angeles. When you fly into LA at night, it looks like you're flying into a circuit board. It looks like you're flying into microchips. There's this type of incredible complexity and yet regularity with how everything looks on the ground from the sky. Just all these pinpoints of light. And those two questions at the end, these really lyric, imaginative questions about winter. I wrote them and I just kind of fell in love with them because I really do feel like it captures that nostalgia for winter. What winter will take me home, down an ice-covered road, past the gray-boarded shacks, beyond the bending river's spine, then plant me low beneath the white-haired trees. It's like, that's as country as you can get, That just feels like I've just driven all the back roads of Saskatchewan, and then ended up someplace where there's a copse, a stand of trees, which were probably planted by the farmer because there are no trees in the south of Saskatchewan that weren't planted by man. But yeah, it has that feel. And then what wind will wrap itself around my waist and lower me down to sleep in distant rain? in that moment, it feels actually to me like I've shifted out of Saskatchewan into a different winter, a winter in Vancouver, really, where it's rain instead. That there's a chill in the air and rain is always falling. And so, yeah, you can definitely hear like the two cities that have, or three places that have dominated much of my life, as it turned out: Saskatchewan, Southern California, and the Pacific Northwest. These regions really have like had a big impact on me in terms of what landscapes, what seasons matter to me. But yeah. Anyways, that's from the Lost Country of Sight. And if you want to hear more about that, you can read a little bit more on the website about that, as well as find links back to the publisher. We are going to find someone to raid. I'm so grateful that you guys hung out with me tonight. Glad we're still around and kicking. Every stream that we make it to the end of the stream without Astrid dying in misery mode is a surprise to me, because I fully anticipate something to go terribly wrong and I'm going to mess up and die. And it hasn't happened yet. We've made a few mistakes, but for the most part, we've been able to pull things together. So, yeah, let's see where we go from here. And then I'm going to get some sleep, because I have to work tomorrow, like I do most days. Deadpool says he's doing a cougar hunt. Chef Maria's actually up. Interesting. Well, there's a few people I haven't seen for a while. Who should we go see? I think maybe we pop in to see Chef Maria. Okay, we're going to pop into Chef Maria since we haven't seen Chef Maria for a while. Okay, so let's raid Chef Maria. We'll see you on the other side of the raid. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight, and we will see you all again. I believe tomorrow night I should be on too. So. Oh, no, Chef Marie is going on a break. Hold on a second. We'll have to come up with a new plan. Chef Marie is going away. Alright, we'll try a different one. She just went on break. What's going on with this one? Start this over again. Sorry about that. We're going to try Deadpool because Chef Maria just went away. Bad timing. Hey, once again, off we go on our adventure. See you tomorrow night.